Oh, hätte ich erst mit den anderen reden sollen. Entschuldigung. Es tut mir leid. Geht es dir gut? Reiß dich zusammen, du bist Richterin. Geht es dir gut?
It's not your fault. It was that bad heliobus making us fight. Someone as nice as you wouldn't say such mean things. Only a possession would make you act like that. Still, what the heliobus said was true. I've always been shy and scared. My life's been a nightmare ever since Tail possessed me. When I was at school, people were always asking why my tail was on fire. Everywhere I went, people would notice.
Kitty, nichts klauen. Nein.
Oh, so it's all my fault. If you just let me devour you at the start, I could have spared you the trouble.
Jetzt hör auf, davon zu sprechen, sie zu essen. Nein. Ihr gehört zusammen.
Then I got into the Ten Lords Commission. Everyone there is weird, so I thought I'd found somewhere I belonged. But the job is too dangerous. I have to fight demons and ghosts and bad guys every day. I'm just not cut out for it. If I make it back alive, I'm handing in my resignation.
Reiche deine Kündigung ein und komm in mein Team.
Who thought making a heliophobe with a heliobus in her tail hunt heliobi was a good idea? I'm sorry. It's been so useless.
Oh, Katze, jetzt ist gut. Nein. Du stellst dich sehr gut an, Hua. Du bist diejenige, die mir die Papierpuppen hinterlassen hat. Vielen Dank.
I'm glad it helped.
You hear that? Stop crying. You're useful. And your paper dolls are useful too. Oh, I've had enough of this. As soon as I swallow that coward Cirrus, I'm gonna devour this little cry.
What a pity that Mr. Tail is nothing like he used to be. If we still had our old power, we could forget about this maze and devour...
Your old power?
Well, Mr. Tail, seems she knows nothing about your past. Little Missy, do you know why the Heliobi are gathered in this abandoned garden instead of seizing human habitations?
Weil sie die Kraft für sich haben wollen?
Team building?
Because over 1,000 years ago, this very garden was the site of an epic battle between the general of the Luofu and the great Heliobus Ignamar. Now that the furnace is broken and the Heliobi have escaped, fragments like us, who once constituted Ignamar the Whole, have returned here with a desire to challenge the general again. The battle between the general and Ignamar was an earth-shaking contest of devastating proportions. Ignamar underwent countless transformations, causing floods, fires, and thunderous landslides. They were locked in a standoff.
Evenly matched.
Erstaunlich, was es über Jingnur noch zu wissen
The
gibt.
general who fought for the Luofu against the Heliobus was named Tang Xiao.
The Ten Lords Commission records say that Ignamar was soundly defeated by General Tang Xiao.
Of course the human records would flatter their general. The great Ignamar absorbed the power of countless fellow Heliobi, but ultimately underestimated. We Heliobi could never condense into physical form after that battle. We scattered into fragments and were sealed into the creation furnace. But there's an exception to everything. Mr. Tail, I thought you'd escaped to freedom. Who could have guessed you'd be sealed in this tiny Foxian girl? Humiliating.
Sealed my foot? My power was weak when I ran into this fox child. It was bad luck, nothing more.
When I was littler, I saw a ball of fire that looked like it was about to turn to embers.
Oh mein Gott, sie sind klein.
I felt sorry for it, so I picked it up and put it on my tail. And then, Mr. Tail tried to eat me! If the judges hadn't arrived, it would have been over!
Böser Herr
I
Schweif.
did no such thing. You're barely big enough to be an appetizer.
All the pain I've suffered since I met you must be retribution for my stupidity back then.
Aber ohne sie wäre er doch bestimmt immer...
Hilarious! It's a pity Mr. Tail didn't devour you. He might have recovered his power and turned the Xianzhou upside down, just like Ignomar did.
Warum haben die Heliobi den General herausgefordert? Hegst du einen Groll gegen Xianzhou?
Why? Does there have to be a reason?
Die wollen einfach nur
The
kämpfen.
official answer is that the Xianzhou is sealing Heliobi in a cage and forcing them to supply energy to the ship. In reality, however, we just want to fight the General and see what the Xianzhou is truly made of. We Heliobi were carefree life forms, but were tainted with the illness of humanity once we came into contact with it. It's humanity's fault for having such intense emotions and desires. Now we can never return to the purity of our past. I want to be free again. I want to return to the cosmos. Mr. Tail, you don't want to regroup with the fragments? You don't want to be her tail forever? Why don't you return with me to the great beyond?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Cirrus.
That's impossible. Mr. Tail was sealed by the judges of the Ten Lords Commission. He can't escape, and neither can you. Ah! That door just opened on its own!
Less screaming, more thinking. This is an opportunity, is it not? Let's go in and check it out.
Oh, hatte ich noch mehr zu lesen? Ah nee, das ist das,
I
was
feel much
eben war.
safer with you here. Still feel like I'm gonna faint, though.
The door will not open without the proper...
Okay. Im Nebenraum stehen verschiedene Truhen zur Auswahl. Bitte wähle diejenigen aus, die für dich wahrscheinlich von niedrigem Wert hältst. Und am Eingang stehen Porzellanvasen. Okay. Die vom niedrigsten Wert. Waren die hier? Das sind die vom niedrigsten Wert. Dann kommen die und dann kommen die. Und weiter komme ich ja nicht. Mal gucken, ob das schon reicht oder ob ich die anderen auch noch machen muss. Weil Vasen sind hier keine mehr.
The door will not open without the proper...
Oh, hier sind Vasen. Du bist rot? Oh, Entschuldigung. Dann gleich wieder da. Und hier die niedrigste Truhe. Das bist du. Ist da noch irgendwas? Na gut, von da kam ich.
The door will not open without the proper courtesies.
Möchte ich diesmal das machen? Also das, was die Geister mir hier sagen, scheint ja so zu sein. Ich will Krieg.
The courtesies have been
Okay.
Look, there's a mirror behind the door.
Didn't I see a similar mirror when I was dragged in?
Ja.
Sound. What? This way.
What's going on? That voice sounds familiar.
Was mit Kneifen? Na, vielleicht ist sie auch gar nicht hier drin.
Are you in the mirror? I finally found you.
Madame Shrey?
Fixtral Garden has been enveloped by an unknown power. You must be careful.
We still haven't found Miss Gwaynaifen. I don't know where she went.
The task at hand is to save you from this illusion. Come, pass through the mirror and come to our side.
Irgendwie vertraue ich das nicht.
Are we?
So many bronze mirrors. Could it be that...
Nicht alle Spiegel sind echt, diese Illusion verändert sich.
You're right, girl. This place is changing. It's trying to stop us from escaping.
But one of these mirrors must contain the exit, right? Let's check them all.
Jetzt ist halt die Frage, wie erkenne ich den Unterschied?
This is the exit, you useless brat. Come here.
Madame Shrey can be a bit of a meanie, but she'd never talk to me like that. That doesn't sound like...
Constructive criticism!
Let's go look at the other mirror.
Whoa, sweetie. Come to Big Sister
Nein.
Shrey.
Ugh, yuck! That judge would never say something.
Let's go look at the next...
Jetzt gibt nur die 3.
The situation in Fixtral Garden is getting worse. Why have you not left? Is something the matter in there?
Over here. That sounds like the real...
What? The real Madame Shrey? Are there pretenders?
Yes! Hier sind mehrere Bronzespiegel. Der Heliobus versucht uns
I
hereinzulegen.
see. Do not be afraid. Huahua knows me well.
But what if I can't tell the difference?
You must trust yourself. Come.
Oh nein, noch mehr.
Hurry, Huahua. Pass through the mirror and come to me.
Wait, I want to ask a few questions to see if you're the real person.
Who is Hanya?
Never mind. Forget I...
Likely through some secret...
I didn't... So...
Das ist der falsche Spiegel.
Hurry, Huahua. Pass through the...
Wait, I want...
Hanya is my younger sister, but this alone cannot prove who I am. By decree of the Ten Lords, Spiritfarer Huahua is skilled and diligent, capable and worthy of officialdom. I still remember the decree of...
That's her! This has to be Madame... So...
Ich möchte aber noch wissen, was der andere Spiegel sagt.
Hurry, Huahua.
Wait, I want...
We are both judges of the Ten Lords Commission. Evidently...
The heliobus that trapped us here wouldn't know that Madame Shrey and...
Okay.
A powerful heliobus possessed her...
Never knew... So...
Alles klar, es kann nur der eine Spiegel sein. Aber gut zu wissen, dass die Geschwister sind. Das hätte ich jetzt auch nicht gedacht.
Hurry, Huahua. Pass...
Wait, So...
Mirrors
Und noch
again.
mehr.
What a surprise!
Hurry, Huahua. This should be the...
I need to ask you some questions.
She will be expelled after tonight's operation. She is...
Really? So I...
Stupid girl! This is obviously...
an insignificant demon. I can't...
Aha! Not even try!
So...
Come here, Huahua. Come through.
I need to ask you some.
Her caution is a skill all judges of the Ten Lords Commission should.
Ha! That's a funny way of describing.
It's the most powerful fragment of Ignimar's demise. Who would have guessed it still can.
Ha! You?
So.
Come here, Huahua. Come through the mirror.
I need to ask.
As a judge responsible for capturing criminals, her cowardice is a dereliction of duty. I will reprimand her severely once you leave the illusion.
Huh? That doesn't sound like.
Stupid girl! This is obviously a fake!
Her tail
Okay.
will be extracted and suppressed after the job is over.
You fraud.
So.
Wir gehen in die Mitte.
I'm
Einmal
not the
mittendurch.
best judge of things, but these mirrors.
Sind alle fake.
Not a single one is the real thing.
None of them show Madame Straighty as I know her to be.
That puppet judge never respected me. But she also never let her guard down.
I've spent a long time working with Madame Straighty. She's always known that I'm scared and timid, but she.
The Ten Lords Commission never cared a wink about your frail constitution. And as long as you don't drag me down, I don't really care how much of a coward you are either. Hey, get away from me.
Dein Urteil war ziemlich zutreffend. Ihr beide steht euch ja ziemlich gut. Versteht.
What do you know? And what are we even talking about?
The illusion wants to keep us in, but it can't possibly keep expanding its borders forever. I think
Aber wo könnte denn noch
I
ein
think
Spiel?
there's a mirror on that
Oh.
floating island, but it's a bit far away. Could I crawl my way there?
Nein, du läufst mit.
Quit stalling and get on with it! Ha! I didn't think you'd be able to.
Hurry, Huahua.
I don't want to go back the way we came, but I need to ask some.
Everyone is different. A judge is not. It is the decree of.
Just what do those old folk...
Let's go.
Ich habe nur eine Frage gestellt und los geht's.
Are we back in Fixtral Garden?
You've
Ja.
returned safely. It seems the Ten Lords Commission is not.
Madame Straighty, I'm so.
Did you encounter anything strange on your way here?
Ja, einiges. Das Spiel ist aus, Cyrus. Cyrus, verlass meinen Körper sofort. Hilfe, ich bin besessen.
No wonder she's a judge. Very perceptive.
I understand. This isn't the time to deal with Cirrus. Fixtral Garden has been dragged into a powerful illusion by an even mightier Heliobus, and the Spiritfarers who want to suppress it have lost. Huahua, if both Hanya and I are unable to suppress that demon, then you will have to defeat it.
Aber warum sie?
I won't be
Ist sie
able to do
noch
it.
stärker
I'm not
als
as
sie?
powerful as you two. I always run and hide before a battle.
Do not underestimate yourself. A Heliobus cannot possess a body that is already possessed by another Heliobus. Such is your
Ich bin ebenfalls besessen, habe ich dadurch auch einen Vorteil. In der Tat, selbst die schwächste Person hat ihre
I
Stärken.
know you're trying to comfort me, but that sounded a little weird.
You need to start filtering out the stuff you don't want to hear. That's what I do.
The Heliobi are aggressive beings, but they cannot shake their desire for a flesh and blood body. And yet, during the 38 years you have worked for the Ten Lords,
38 Jahre?
you have been constantly able to suppress the monster within your tail and maintain your personality. You are already a fitting judge. Be
Huahua
confident.
ist über 38 Jahre alt?
On that point, none of the other judges can surpass you.
Suppress the monster. Oh, but I don't think I've ever had to suppress Tail.
Friends. Ugh. I don't make friends with food.
Mr. Tail, puny fragments like us were deprived of Ignimar's power long ago. If a little girl can subdue us,
Shut your trap.
Though Fury Nox is powerful, we have a chance of suppressing them if we can break them into multiple fragments.
you have a sound plan, Your Honor. And since the stage is set, allow me to offer my assistance. Let's find somewhere more open first.
Hören wir uns Tiros Plans
Let's go.
an. Und herausfordern. Huhu muss im Team sein. Ja, die werden doch alle so alt. Aber es ist trotzdem irgendwie so kaum zu glauben, so ein kleines Mädchen. Also es kommt einem vor, so ein kleines Mädchen erzählt noch von der Kindheit. Und dann, ja, über 38 Jahre, was? Es erschreckt einen so ein bisschen. Huhu muss dabei sein. Kriegen wir hin. Blade, Jingliu und Co. sind schon mehrere hundert Jahre alt, wenn ich mich recht erinnere. Das stimmt, aber ich weiß jetzt nicht, also ja. Jingliu auf jeden Fall und Blade auch. Von denen gab es ja keine Wiedergeburten sozusagen, aber ich würde gerne von allen deren Alter wissen. Shushan? Yuan und dann Heng.
Good to see you, General.
Dann Heng, genau, so hieß er. Von ihm gab es die Wiedergeburt, aber ja, ich weiß gar nicht,
You've heard the story of
wie alt diese
Ignomar and the
Wiedergeburt
great
auch wiederum
Heliobus's
ist.
glorious fight against the General. They were an entity born of many Heliobi fusing together. But Heliobi are gradually tainted by the emotions and desires of those we possess. We tend to spite each other and don't like to fuse together. A powerful Heliobus like Ignomar or Furinox might be able to swallow a lesser Heliobus, but this internal balance is easily broken when exposed to external forces. Just like how we were torn apart and reborn after
Therefore, this might be the way to defeat Furinox. We can cause them to break apart and reduce their power. Then, the Ten Lords Commission can... I have a question. Why are you betraying your own kin? Why would you help the Xianzhou when we have sealed...
Why? Must Heliobi always have a reason for their behavior? Perhaps I don't want Furinox to devour me. Perhaps I dislike idiots who use force and nothing else. Perhaps I wish to fight the General myself. Or maybe I just want to do a favor for the Ten Lords Commission that will ensure I can leave here in one piece.
Also ich glaube, sie möchte hier einfach nur rauskommen. Wir sollten Cyrus glauben, mit ihrem Plan fortzufahren. Erlauben, mit ihrem Plan fortzufahren.
Judges of the Ten Lords Commission always keep our promises. If you can truly deal with the problem at hand, I will ask for your freedom from the Ten Lords. However...
How conventional. Fine, I accept. But you better keep your promise, puppet. Me and Furinox were furnace mates. I know them well. They're powerful, but as naive as a child. Hey, I'll need your body for a while longer.
Ja, ist in Ordnung, wenn wir dafür auch grüne Reifen wieder bekommen. Oh, ist das süß, mit ihr zu laufen.
Furinox! Furinox!
Eine entfernte Antwort ist
Before you
hörbar.
duel the General, why don't you fight me?
Jing Jung ist laut Internet 246 Jahre und Jing Yuan über 700 Jahre alt. Erschreckend. Aber interessant. Aber dann fragt man sich, sind alle so alt oder sind das dann immer noch diese besonderen Wesen, die so alt werden? Zum Beispiel Himeko. Wie alt ist sie? Und Welt.
Cirrus? What makes you worth my time, weakling? I've turned this garden into my territory and made the dogs of the Ten Lords my puppets. As soon as the General arrives, the Heliobi will have a rematch. Why should I fight my own at this crucial moment?
That group of amateurs you've put together? They are nothing compared to me. I have already obtained the most wonderful pawn for myself. A piece that once expelled Fantilia.
Meine Katze schnarcht wieder neben mir. Jetzt hat sie sich auf die Fensterbank gelegt mit ihrem Kopf und einer Foto auf den Büchern drauf. Ah, ist das süß.
Fantilia? Fantilia! I remember. What a wonderful host. I want it.
Then send the Spiritfarers under your control to find me. If you can defeat this nameless I'm possessing, then you can swallow me up and let my strength aid you when you're
Deal. My pawns and I will show you no mercy.
See? Easy peasy.
Does that mean all the Spiritfarers out there have fallen? What?
Does that mean we'll be...
Oh, do puppets feel empathy? Or do you not wish to defeat Furynox anymore? We Heliobi think of such matters as business transactions. Make the decision. Furynox's pawns,
Ich weiß
your
nicht, wie weit ich das
companions,
erzählen kann, ohne zu
must be
spoilern.
destroyed.
Du kannst einfach erzählen, das ist kein Problem.
Please come over here. I need to give you something.
Ich war sonst immer noch viel zu faul zu lesen. Von daher ist das, glaube ich, kein Spoiler.
You two, take this before we fight Furynox. This is the Lunambra Gourd, a sacred vessel made by the Artisanship Commission. The Ten Lords Commission has made some changes to it to better suppress Heliobi. After you fight the puppets controlled by Furynox, make sure you seal their... Also...
Ich werde nach Huahua sehen. Ich werde mich zurückhalten, wenn ich gegen die Leichenbestatter kämpfe. Nach Huahua
Her
sehen.
time as a judge has been brief. She is still inexperienced. Apart from that, please also have mercy on the Spiritfarers that have fallen under Furynox's control.
Ich gebe mir
Mr.
Mühe.
Jail, we're gonna fight some really dangerous enemies now. Please.
Oh, sounds like someone finally learned to talk tough. I would have believed you if your legs weren't shaking so much.
Don't point that out! It took me a lot of effort to be this brave. All this time I've just been hiding behind Miss Trailblazer. I'm such a bad judge. Madame Shrei said those possessed by a Heliobus can't get possessed again.
Exactly. You're welcome, by the way.
Huahua, though I am of Ingenium body, I too am feeling...
Madame Shrei?
Faced with a demon that can manipulate life at will?
Muss
Of
überhaupt
course I'm
Tanja.
afraid. Afraid that I won't ever work with my sister again.
Huahua, ich habe auch Angst. Angst oder nicht? Wir werden ihm eine gehörige Abreibung verpassen.
Let's go.
Ja.
I will find my own way to defeat the pawns possessed by Furynox. And before that foolish Heliobus has realized what's happening, I will suppress...
So we'll need to activate the evil binding matrix, right?
Once my task is done, I will meet you at the Verdant Terrace and activate the evil binding matrix at its matrix core.
Okay.
Also ab runter. Kann ich hier überhaupt runter oder muss ich von der anderen Seite?
If Furynox is so powerful, why would they allow themselves to break apart so easily?
The stronger you are, the more you
Welt
underestimate
ist
your enemies.
82. Er hat einen Weg gefunden, seinen
Sometimes being
Körper
weak
zu
and humble is the way
replizieren.
to
Sein
survive.
jetziger Körper ist also nicht sein echter Körper, weshalb er nicht mehr altert. Himiko dagegen ist normal.